Welcome to the podcast.
Woo! Hey everyone, welcome to the Commissioner's Clubhouse. Is that what we're calling it? I can't remember.
No, he's not commissioner.
Oh yeah, true. Well, I mean, he's our guest. He's our guest on the show.
Technically, he's got access.
And James is not here.
Yeah, true. So, limited cast here, but getting pretty excited about the fantasy season. Off-season really kicking off this week
pumped.
with the keeper deadline.
Did we do A or B?
We did A. Good for you guys and have that for you. So yeah, we gotta have the champion, whatever. Talk about it, break it down a little bit. We're also gonna talk about some of the rule changes. We're gonna reveal the schedule for you guys in case and have that for you, so you can see that. Like half the league voted. Talk about it, break it down a little bit. We're also gonna talk about some of the rule changes that are going into effect, just in case you've forgotten what was voted on. You get to like half the league voted.
No pressure. Good job, Lee. Good job.
So yeah, let's start with the rule changes at least. One of the big ones you'll see is that defensive tackles for DBs and defensive linemen has increased to 5 points instead of 4, so they get a 1 point bonus, if you will, African tackle compared to linebackers. So that's going to help, kind of spread out the point spread between DBs and defensive linemen to help increase their value. Even though defensive linemen's value, if you look, didn't increase that much. But you will see safeties jump up there, like Rashad Jones. For some of these, worth like a really high hit at this point. Yeah, he's ranked 6 overall. So that's something. Definitely look into that when you're doing your research on your keepers and talking about doing trades and stuff. Another big one, and this really wasn't a rule that we voted on the whole league, but it's something we had to do to make things fair. No trades will happen after the keeper deadline, and that's just to make things easy for everyone to understand in terms of what their players are worth. Because once this keeper deadline goes away and we have our keepers finalized, then you're going to see that you can't trade your third best player for someone 6th, because it would totally mess all the rankings up and everything. So that's why that's going on. This is something brand new for y'all, the off-season waiver wire process. That's going to take place pretty much throughout the entire month of July. Basically, to make it simple, almost every week is going to be a whole new round. There's 4 rounds in the waiver wire process. Once you max out, obviously, with your 4 taxi squad players, and you can't make any more picks in the waiver wire process. So just keep that in mind. But also, we have the rookie draft coming up. That's the earliest next event that's going to happen in the offseason. You're going to have to give up one of your veteran or one of your draft picks in the regular draft in order to get into the rookie draft. So the way I think of it is, if you give up your 3rd round pick, then you're not necessarily going to have the 3rd round pick in the rookie draft. If that was the highest pick given in the rookie draft, then you're going to have the 1st overall pick in the rookie draft. You don't have to use that pick if you don't want to. You could easily say, hey, I'm going to skip this, go to the next guy. You keep that 3rd round pick in the regular draft. So that's something to keep in mind for the rookie draft. But after we get through the waiver wire process, we'll see things kind of die down a little bit, and they're going to pick back up again for the regular draft. So, and that's when trades and stuff will be able to go about at that point. Did I miss anything, guys?
That sounded pretty clear to me. And if you don't get it, text or call one of us before everything goes down, so you're not sitting there with nothing to do. All right.
So yeah, let's jump into the schedule reveal. Week 1, we have some big time matchups. Some of our bigger matchups are actually in week 1.
2018.
No, but week 1, we got a rematch, conference championship. Top shot is between Cody here, that's Steel Curtain, versus Colby, that's Mr. 300. That's going to be a big matchup. I think both teams are pretty even in talent. No. He's calling you out, Colby.
Called him out already.
No, I actually think Colby beat me twice in the regular season. And then
he may have.
I think he did.
The other game of the week, if you will, for week 1 is going to be the Spurs, which is Cameron, versus Kyle, and that's Game with Jones. That'll be a rematch of the Elite 12 Conference Championship. I think that would be a good game. That'll be interesting to see how this most recent trade that Kyle did, how it's going to affect the matchup between the two. But I think it'll still be interesting to watch.
What was the trade?
It was, so Kyle gave up Nuke. He gave him up for,
Was it Jones? Was that the trade or Sean? Or was it
no. You're the one that approved it. What was it?
He's the trade guy.
Which one is it? Which one are you talking about?
The one between Colby and, Kyle and I.
Oh, you're talking about Nuke and Golf?
Yeah, Nuke
Golf.
and Golf. Yeah.
Jared Goff.
God.
Well, dude, I just,
Better see big things out of that
I
guy.
even looked at it, but then, like, I mean,
That was fair.
I didn't want to be, like, just a trade Nazi, like, because I technically, like, point-wise, it was... I looked at his. I don't know. I didn't want to be a dick about it, and like he was all over me about like going and looking at the trade, and I thought everyone had to accept it. Like I didn't know. Like once I accepted it, it's fucking final. Like I don't know. He was just like, go accept it, go in there and accept it, go in there and accept it. I was like, all right, well, fuck it, you know.
Well, this be a lesson learned for everyone, I guess.
If you really look at it, though, receivers don't. I mean, they're not as valued as like some other positions. I thought receivers' values like dramatically went down this year. Like, and I was so tempted to pick a receiver last year with the #1 overall pick when I drafted.
Well, I will say receivers, their point value hasn't gone down, but since DBs have gone up, the DBs have pretty much jumped receivers.
Well, even but like I get the DB thing, but even like fucking running backs and like running backs score way more points than receivers. Even linebackers were like Luke Hopkins was what rated like low 30s or something like that overall. And then I had 2 linebackers and 2 running backs ahead of him, like on my team point wise.
I'm just saying Goff and Nuke.
Well,
Yeah,
Golf,
I'm trying to
technically Golf is going to score more than Nuke.
I feel like Nuke is, I don't know.
Technically, Golf is going to score more than
Nuke's
Nuke.
got Deshaun now.
I mean, technically, Phillip Rivers is going to outscore like 90% of the league. But
He doesn't have Phillip.
60%.
I'm just saying, like, you wouldn't do that trade. But anyways, that's not my role. So
I mean, that's why I couldn't really.
I respect your decision.
I couldn't argue with it. Like,
all right, so those are week 2. We don't have a highlight, but week 2, which will be the game of the week for that, is going to be between Jordan here, which is Afternoon Delights versus Amusement Park. That'll be an interesting matchup. Both teams made the playoffs last year. What are some stuff you guys are looking for in that matchup?
Well, I personally am looking for a win. And other than that, we'll just see how it goes.
I have David's spot.
Do you have any words for David?
I'm coming for you. Watch out.
No way he watches this.
You will watch it. You'll watch it, and then you'll know I called you out.
You want to announce his keepers? Since you got him right there.
Mosley, Kamara, Cook, Adams, and Hill.
Those are pretty
David's
solid.
5 keepers.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know.
Hill.
You think you can handle that?
Hill who?
I'm hoping.
Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because I wanted him and David got him.
I believe my keepers are going to be Deshaun Watson, Reuben Foster, Quan Alexander. I'm hoping the linebackers can step up and be hosses, but Quan Alexander. I'm keeping Carl Joseph. I really liked what he brought at safety his rookie year. And then just to have a flyer on offense, I'm keeping Sammy Watkins and just to look and see how he gels with that same Chiefs offense that Tyreek's on. But he's not one I'm like leaning on if I don't like what he's doing. Probably going to get axed. But
He's got a family, man. You're going to do that to him?
it's a business.
All right, so week 3, we got a pretty good matchup there. Let me see this real quick. Let me find it for you guys. Week 3 is damn. I wish I had mine. I had highlighted. You know what my conference?
Is this like the game of the week?
Yeah. Well, let's go week 4. Jordan, what do you see on there that sticks out to you since that's where we stop?
Yeah, I mean, week 4, you can't go much further than these two right here, Crazy Legs versus Steel Kirk. That's both our last two champions. Last two champions.
Last 3
champions. He only won.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying last 3 years.
Last 2 champions and brothers.
Such a dicky.
So it'll be a good matchup.
Do you guys got any words for each other about that game?
Let's see how you do in the draft.
My team's
Your keeper's already good.
My
Yeah, your
team's
keeper's
already
already good. Yeah. Right now, your keepers are better than my keepers, but we'll see. It's all about that draft still. I still got that draft.
And to go back to week 1 real quick, the only one team has ever won week 1 after winning the championship. Jade, I think back in 2015, he won week 1. That's the only team to do it. Only 2 teams have ever had winning seasons after winning the championship. That's Matt and Jade, as we know.
I'll tell you what, I'm set up
I was about to say
to go against that just because of the keeper league. Like,
I was
the
First year for the keeper.
Isn't there only one back-to-back championship champion?
Yeah, Matt's the only back-to-back champion. Between Jade
I'm
and
sorry,
Matt.
doesn't somebody have the best record now?
Is this next?
Doesn't somebody have the best record, though?
I do have the best for
Overall?
Yeah.
Best record overall now?
Yeah, for any champion, that's the best. What was your record again?
12-4.
12-4 is the best record ever in our league in terms of including postseason and regular season. That actually won it.
I broke the curse, though, last year of having a bye, a week 1 bye.
Okay.
I beat that. I won the championship. When
Yeah, I think I do remember that one now. Another one was, I think another interesting thing about going into the following season is that between just Jade and Matt, they've got 5 championship appearances in 9 years. They have over half the championship appearances just between
8
2
years? Because this is the 9th year.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. So yeah, that's even crazier. So 5 out of 8 have been just between those 2. I think Cody's in a position though. I think you could easily.
I could dynasty it up.
I was about to say this team is very sad. I think you could easily. I think it's between you and Colby really for the top conference.
Mufali, see, that's crazy. If you go look at Mufali's team, he's got a really good team too, man, and he's in the same division. Like,
yeah, that's a powerhouse division right there.
It's like the NFC South right now.
we all made playoffs last year, and he was pissing because like he had to be a wild card, but I was a fucking wild card too. Colby won the division.
Yeah, and you could have a great regular season. I can speak just for myself on this. You have a great regular season and suck in the playoffs. It's happened to me almost every year I made the playoffs. I
have had no success. So like,
this was. Yeah, before this past season, Cody historically the worst owner in the league. One of the worst. Now week 5 here. What sticks out to you, Jordan?
Let's see. I'll find another good matchup. I'll just mention a couple. I mean, Cody and Move are another good matchup.
Yeah,
I mean,
2 tough matchups back to back for you.
Yeah,
I played him week 2. Like my first 4 games are literally.
If you miss the playoffs, it's because
Mufali, Matt, Mufali. Like, and
what do you like on that? Which one?
Well, just in my conference,
yeah.
One of the ones I like is between Isaac, who's Buck Your Mother, and my dad, Eastside Brawlers. That right there is going to be a good matchup. Last year, our division was actually relatively close. Besides the fact that I think my dad finished like 4-8, maybe something like that. I think I went 6-6 or something. But I think it's going to be a good matchup. I think that division is going to be really close again this year. If Eastside Brawlers ends up holding on to David Johnson, I think he's definitely a formidable team. He can easily compete with Buck Your Mother. I hope I can do the same. We'll see. Another thing, I should have said this earlier, but just so you know, you probably already know this. Once the draft's,
does he have to drop a player?
As soon as the preseason is over, you have to trim your roster down and cut either all 4 of your practice squad players that you got from the waiver wire.
I didn't even do practice squad.
Or promote. I didn't have it last year. This is new to you guys. Or you need to promote the 4 to your active roster and then cut 4 guys that were on your roster that you drafted. I think a lot of people.
Now, when exactly will the taxi squad stuff start for my conference? So they know when to do, like.
So you're talking about when they're
right after keepers, I would assume. Like.
Yeah,
no, we're talking about.
Or I guess we wouldn't have anybody on the taxi till next off season.
You won't have anyone in your taxi squad until the waiver wire starts. The off-season waiver wire.
Okay.
How was the waiver wire like said? Is that set off the
4 rounds? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, it's 4 rounds. The way it works out basically is one round a week, and this a whole month of July.
How many players do you pick up? 4.
You can only get 1 player per round.
Yeah.
1 per. Okay.
And you can't have more than 4 players on your waiver wire. So technically, if you wanted to trade waiver wire picks, you could do that, but you got to make sure you're not going to have more than 4 waiver wire picks because you're not going to be these.
Yeah. So basically,
everybody needs to watch this video now. About this waiver
no point
wire.
in stockpiling them because you can only use 4.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. So where were we in the schedule?
So wait, when we do the waiver wire, we pick the people that go on our taxi squad. So that's our team.
No, they're just going to be on your active roster.
No.
They're not. They're not.
When you get them off of waivers, they go to your taxi, and then you take them from your taxi to your active roster.
And you won't do that. You won't do that though until after the draft happens.
Yeah, they won't go to that active roster yet. They're just sitting on the side.
They're just going to sit there for after your draft.
And then I pick who goes on what. It's like a practice team.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
getting to keep them, but they're not
taking
playing.
a chance on that first, seeing how he does through camp, and if you want to put him on active, you can. If you don't,
can I put somebody else on the taxi squad as long as they're like? What is the rule on that? Who could go on my taxi squad?
Is it like
anyone can go. Yeah, you promote and demote players.
Like
okay. So if I wanted to put somebody that's hurt on my taxi squad disabled, could I still do that, or do they have to go on IR?
You could do that, but just keep in mind, everyone's practice squad goes away soon as week 1 starts the regular season.
Oh, okay. So it's just keeping them through the offseason.
Yeah,
okay.
It's kind of like floating through, seeing like who's going to be in the better position by the time regular season.
Got you.
Can I switch out my taxi squad players throughout the week? Like if I
it's just until week 1 starts, there's no taxi squad.
Yeah.
It's just regular roster.
That's what I'm
this is just for off season. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about leading up. So like I make my 4 claims. Like if I end up wanting to like claim somebody else, because say they're doing fucking killer in week 3, it looks like they might start at the beginning. Week 3. Preseason.
Yeah, those should just be regular.
Like, can I go pick him up and fucking just drop the other guy off a taxi squad that I don't want?
You're talking about
like basically.
Let me ask you, do y'all know when your draft is?
No, not really.
All right. Well, let's say your draft is week 2 of the preseason, right?
Well,
so
you make it 3 or 4.
Yeah,
so either one.
So let's say you guys do week 3 then. You have all that time between your draft and the regular season starting to add and drop players. Actually, I take that back. I don't think the system is going to allow you to do those kind of pickups before the regular season starts. Okay. So just keep that in mind. We're always
the system and all that.
Yeah, I don't know if it might be a system issue. We'll have to look into that though. So just keep that in mind. From past experience from last year, my conference, the waiver wire you really want to use on like high risk players, guys that you probably wouldn't take a chance on in the draft, but it's worth taking a chance on them because anything can happen in training camp to put them in a better spot or worse spot. So
yeah.
Now another thing, like when you look at the waiver wire, one thing to look at is guys that got hurt early on last season, because they're going to be way down on that list. And remember, waiver wires, you can get any guy ranked 200 or worse. So there's actually a lot of talent. I know that sounds like there's not.
Yeah, so we
but,
got
there's always a player that's a stud that played 4 or 5 games.
Exactly. I got Joey Bosa last year's waiver wire. So
that was fucking.
What kind of jumps are you guys for week 7 for your conference?
Always looking forward to my match. Oh, I'm going against Storm.
Storm match always fun just because there will be some shit talking.
Always a little shit.
You got Cody against Kevin.
Yeah.
We'll see you, Froggy.
See you, Froggy.
What about you?
Cody?
Ooh.
And I play Hunter, by the way.
Who's texting me right now?
I like that.
Shout
Yeah,
out
I was. Dude, I think Hunter could have a good team. Dude, he lost his best player last year, and he made fucking playoffs.
Yeah, made playoffs without Odell.
And in a bad year from Julio, like a down year from Julio Jones. Like
his name says it all, man. He's coming for you.
Yeah,
Chandler.
Yeah, he's coming for you specifically.
I play him week 2.
All right. Do you what do you like in your conference?
There's a couple that stick out. One of the ones that I like is Jade versus Jameson. That's gonna be a good matchup. Jameson's been consistently good for the past couple of years. Jade has.
Did he make the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
Or is that the one that was
He got
like
upset
0-6? Wasn't he like?
Yeah, he started like 0-6, or maybe it was 0-5. He's the only team to do that and win every game after that. Get in the playoffs, win the division.
Didn't his like brother like go 6-0 and then lose every game?
Yeah, and that's typical of Tyler, which is protect the booty. He starts out strong, he drafts strong, but he doesn't use the waiver wire to his advantage in the regular season, so it sucks.
I like fucking Blake Martinez, man. I played him off the waiver like midway through last season, and he turned out to be like the 19th best player overall.
Yeah,
Like I pick up so many players.
Most
of the time they never work out like that, but like
see how Kobe and Daquan do this year. Yeah. I think they're going to be.
I'm interested to see how Daquan bounces back.
That's
true.
Married life.
True.
Married life will get you.
Going to tank the record.
Speaking of
See how Kobe and Daquan do.
Is that what you're playing
now this year? Huh?
So you're playing it now?
Oh no, I know when I was married, bud.
No. Okay, first off, it was the back half. You got married November 20th.
Bro, I still did it while I was married.
I'm just
I
saying.
did one
Like,
Think about it. He got married during a playoff.
Boo! I was organizing.
Yeah, but
Right.
did you think? Yeah, but mid-marriage, like it was newly fresh. You know what I'm saying? Now he got into that turmoil.
Bro,
Look
I
what
was
happened
setting
last
everything
year.
up for the wedding as I was living.
That's what I'm saying. But everything's excited. But you were super busy once
You
you
might
got.
have to do. All I'm saying is like Daquan. He's going to be sitting there trying to set his lineup, and Mariah's going to need the trash taken out or something.
And he's gonna.
He better fucking do it.
You better fucking do it.
You got a tough position there. Week 8, one that jumps out at me for my conference, and this is always a good rivalry matchup: Cameron versus Jade.
Yeah,
You got Jade in a lot of these good
There's
matchups.
another one getting married too.
Well, see, I feel like
there's 3 guys
Yeah.
getting married this year.
This
See,
is
but
probably the
even
most
then,
weird
see,
thing
you said
I've
Jade is
Yeah.
in like a bunch of good matches. Well, you think it's Jade's in a bunch of matchups because you think Jade's going to be good.
He's in a good position.
Yeah, I mean,
but another good matchup from the previous week we had there is, I think, even though Beesman Park, which is Peyton, wasn't that great last year, I think he's in a good position to be dominant this year. And I think him versus Kyle is going to be a good game.
Who did my buddy Bryson take over?
Bryson is my little girlies.
My girlies.
One day we'll get to beat up Bryson in fantasy. This is no mercy, not quite like Madden.
All right, week 8, what do you guys like in your conference?
Well, I play Charles. I mean, just to give Charles a
dude,
shout out.
Hunter and Mufali.
Yeah,
Hunter Foley.
I feel like that's gonna.
Those two are
Mufali's gonna talk
Matt
shit the whole
Daquan.
time.
I don't know yet. I don't.
See, but Daquan had a fucking bad year last year.
Yeah. Well, so did I. We were both the worst.
Well, I think of it more than like what the team matchup is. Sometimes I like owner matchups as well.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Because they're going to
yeah.
give each other heat online. Like.
I try to think of
That's why I like Hunter and Mufali.
Yeah.
In terms of like Mufali.
What about week 9? What do you guys like?
I like you and Cameron, always brotherly matchups
Yeah.
like we got right here.
Jade and your dad.
Yeah,
that'd be
Mr.
good.
Dooch gets to spank Jade.
Your dad in that movie.
Yeah.
No, he had enough.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you had an off year, I feel like it's going to be super hard to turn around. Especially
Storm and Mufali.
I like
Yes.
Storm move. They'll get the talking.
Yeah, they will.
I like
I'm interested to see how Storm does.
and at this point, we're getting to the later half of the year.
Yeah, that's what I
This
wanna
is
see.
when every game
Cody,
matters.
Cody.
Playoffs.
And week
That's
10,
game on.
Yeah, but
week
it's
10
now.
is the final matchup between Cody and Colby.
And me and Hunter.
That one might decide the division depending on how
Yeah.
the volley is at that point.
Honestly, it's hard to determine like
Yeah.
matchups right now till we get to this point because really every matchup could have division
Yeah,
implications
true.
involved. So, I mean, it's gonna be huge to have a head start getting into week 10. Division matchups galore.
This is another big one. Vegetarian Storm versus Abortion Clinic. That'll be a good divisional matchup week 10.
Well, all the divisions are matched up in the back.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like division matchups.
A lot of them are. I mean,
always
I've got me and Isaac. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Me and Jordan will be 11, right?
Then we move on.
Yeah, if you slide over to week 11.
Week 11, I mean, my little girlies at that point, which is Bryson taking on my Cards fan. That'll be an interesting matchup
Yeah.
because if Bryson surprises the league and is good at that point, he might be trying to lock up the division. in Week 11.
You got me and Cody. I mean, we see each other.
Yeah, and
constantly.
these are the last interconference matchups of the season, so these games really matter.
And I like you versus your dad, you know?
Yeah,
I have to take a spanking from your daddy one more time.
I hope not. I hope I can pull an upset there. Or hopefully it won't even be an upset.
I just had to sit there to see if I could do it the whole time.
Week 12, non-conference matchup.
Game of Jones?
Game of Jones
Game
playing
Jones.
you, which is kind of a rematch of Little Critter Bowl 8.
We'll just go.
I'm gonna spank
Yeah,
him,
yeah, it is. I didn't realize.
You hear that?
I spanked
He's
him last
calling
year,
you
though.
out.
I spanked him
I hope
last
you're
year.
ready for this.
Well, since this is last week and
I owned that championship.
it's interleague, you just want to say all the matchups?
Yeah,
we
can talk about it a
because
little
it's
bit.
big. This is pretty much bragging rights to the championship.
Yeah, I mean this is.
I also
like you
want
said,
to point out our division, our conference.
Yeah, Top Shotters did take
Yeah,
the overall
Top
record with a
They've won
championship win.
They've won the first 2 championships
Overalls.
since we split the league into 2 separate conferences like this. So now my conference needs to step it up, calling all of us out. We gotta raise the bar, guys.
And for my conference, just keep doing what you're doing.
And we do have 5 of the 8 championships.
But the second matchup is a good one.
Jade and Matt.
Jade and Matt. That would be a good one too. Matt's probably the next closest to getting the Hall of Fame out of all our owners.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Then
If
you
he
got,
would have won it, I mean, he made the championship this past year, he'd probably be in it.
you got Pat right here against Mikey.
Yeah.
And we'll.
Oh, jeez.
Hey,
Mikey had his ups and
Mikey
downs.
was good.
Like,
Okay, yeah.
hopefully he'll come through.
Hopefully.
You surprised you beat me.
Pat.
No, hopefully I can win. I get upset against
Dude,
Saquon.
I'm just glad that he said his lineup almost every week.
All right, Mr. 300, aka Mr. Knox. You got the Spurs. So Colby versus Cameron, big time
Yeah,
Let
match.
that married life let it slip.
At least pay attention that week, Colby.
Yeah.
And then we got I Want More versus myself. I'm coming for you, Jameson. The only thing I will say, I do respect the name change, and you keep it on with the Carolina receivers. You know, like I'll never forget all about the Benjamins. That was I Want More. Like,
What was the
DJ Moore, Kelvin Benjamin.
Talk about
All
the
right.
all about Benjamins, and then he got traded to a man that switch it up. Hopefully he becomes legit.
Hopefully.
And then we got Mr. Nuge versus Storm. That could be interesting.
That'd be
It's a
interesting.
storm.
Yeah. Let's see. Daquan versus Isaac.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
There's some. They know each other. There's some
They know.
Played rugby with each
Yeah.
other in
Some
college.
animosity, not just that.
animosity plus camaraderie, whatever. Whatever that equals in the end.
We got Cards fan, which is Mike, versus Hunter, Hunter champions.
Yeah.
I know one big keeper for Mike, if he ends up keeping it, would be
You
Cam
go
Newton.
chop the one up on our side.
I don't know what the Panthers.
Cam Newton was like, what, 3rd or 4th in the league?
Yeah.
Why not 3rd? Why not?
When, even this next matchup, like it just doesn't sound good for y'all's side. You got My Little Girlies at
Bryson.
the abortion clinic. That doesn't
Oh,
sound like
let's go, David. Yeah, David's good too.
You gotta go
David's
to the
good.
abortion
Running back
Dude,
selection.
I'm very glad we got David.
Luckily for
Maybe
Bryson,
Charles
at
for
least he's
David.
going to have Tom Brady.
Yeah,
So.
but you never want to take your little girlies into the abortion.
No, you don't. That's not very good.
All right, then we got the money makers, Mufali at Protect the Booty. Tyler, you gonna bring it this year?
Tyler historically sucks at this part of the season.
Oh,
so
yeah, it's the bad guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have
Historically, he's gonna unravel.
Yeah. At this point, he's going to be really competing hard.
Mufasi's got a really
Pizza
good
Hut
squad,
Bowl.
too. Like, Mufali.
Yeah, Pizza Hut Bowl.
Yeah.
All right.
Those
got that
guys
one?
to kill me. You got it.
The third leg. So we got a third leg playing amusement park.
Who
That's
just
Peyton.
traded for Leonard Fournette.
Charles versus Peyton.
Charles Peyton. Peyton's got OBJ now. He traded away Zeke. That
was dumb.
I do think
Charles
he's
just
a product.
traded for Fournette.
Yeah,
so
Charles got Fournette.
that's a good addition to any roster. Of course.
Yeah, no, I
Hope we can
that'd be
stay
good
healthy,
matchup.
though.
Yeah, healthy Fournette during week 12.
Then our last matchup, Secure the Pound versus Detroit Bad Boys. That's Billy.
Billy versus Kevin.
Good one. Panthers fan versus Lions fan.
Come on,
None of that
Kev.
matters. But yeah, that kind of breaks down most of our schedule. Again, we'll have the entire schedule up on the website so you guys can look at it yourself, look at your own team's matchups, kind of break that down for yourself. If you got anything you want to say to any of us here on the show or any of the other owners, feel free to comment on the video or put it in our website chat or
watch the video. I know it's long, but we all take shits,